Nattynatman.
Hello, Crypto
Thanks
Kelly.
so much. It's super nice to have you on Crypto Kelly today to talk about your life as, am I saying this right? Like a degen NFT hodling, or like, please debunk the myth.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Like you can call it an NFT degen or like just a flipooooor, you know, those
Or,
that
oh yeah,
meme.
I've seen like, or yeah.
Yeah, the ors.
I love that. And on that note, like, I'm gonna ask actually, like, how are you? Like, really?
Yeah,
We're all mates here.
sure. Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty good in general. I'm just keeping busy with life in general. I know this is like called NFT degen, but I think I'm kind of reducing that lifestyle more these days because I'm still in school, studying at uni. Recently working as a scout for Nansen, the blockchain data analytics company, and I'm trying to get my 8 hours of sleep. So, you know,
Yeah,
not
actually, that was my
fully,
next question. Like, how many hours do you sleep, and how many hours were you sleeping before you tried to rectify your degenerate lifestyle?
Yeah, so it could be like back then I would think sometimes 4 hours of sleep would be a possibility, like just because you would wake up in the middle of the night to like mint a project or like um stay up really late just to go in a public mint for something. I used to be on like Rarity Tools, the thing that shows all the upcoming projects and like you just see the time for when they're minting. But yeah, like 4 to 6 hours was like the norm back then. Now it's more like 7 to 8 hours, hopefully.
Wow, that is insane. That is not humane. And unfortunately, that's what this show is all about, humanizing Web3. So I feel like this is super ironic, but I think it's still worth like delving into, just because I think, you know, flipping and hodling NFTs is a really cool niche within the Web3 ecosystem. So again, like, thanks for agreeing to talk about this today. So yeah, I mean, like, tell me your story. Like, how did you get crypto pilled or into the Web3 ecosystem? And yeah, like, tell me what you're about.
Cool. So yeah, just an ordinary guy wanting to like get my financials in order at the start of the 2020 pandemic. I actually first got introduced into crypto um, around 2020 because it got kind of boring just like investing in traditional stocks. And I was like looking at YouTube videos and I saw some that were talking about Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation with all of like the stimulus checks and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, I invested some money in like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and like it kind of pumped a lot. So I was like, wow, something's happening here.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to find out more about it, like just technology wise and whether there was something deeper going on in relation to NFTs, because now I'm not really into crypto, but I kind of funneled all my funds into NFTs. About 10 months ago, I was keeping a close eye on OpenSea when I first heard about NFTs. Then like somewhere around May last year, Gary Vee showed his like upcoming project, which is like now called VeeFriends. And shortly after though, after I heard about Gary Vee, I watched, have you heard of Alex Becker?
Honestly, no, but please tell me.
No. Yeah, he's a pretty big guy within NFTs. Gives like a really good no BS kind of talk about the NFT market and how he plans to trade things. But I watched a video of him warning about Gary Vee's shilling about NFTs and everything. And shilling means like kind of like promoting shamelessly and just trying to push something that has no substance in a way. But Alex was like, NFTs is a highly liquid asset, which was true, but it really scared me. And I thought after that video, I was like, oh, this might be a bubble and it's gonna go bust soon. So I didn't really like buy into Gary Vee's, even though I was ready to pull the trigger.
Right.
But after that, I saw it pump like crazy, and I was like feeling massive FOMO after that. I was like, damn, I should have really got into it. But since then, I've just been trying to learn all about NFTs and like things in the category of Web3, like DAOs, like DeFi, like NFTs and all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So just like out of curiosity, like you said that you're no longer in crypto, but you funneled all your funds into NFTs. Now, like from my understanding, like how would you distinguish between like NFTs and crypto? Like I think a lot of people like they link those two terms, or like they don't really know the difference between like the two concepts. So like, are you able to give a little bit more insight on like how you define both of those? Like maybe in like a really funny way. Analogies are great, just for people like me who like to conceptualize. So yeah, like what are your thoughts?
Right. So crypto and NFTs, they're both underpinned by blockchain. So they're both based on blockchain technology. And the difference with crypto and NFTs, like the clearest difference to me is that crypto is like more so just numbers and graphs and charts going up and down that people can trade and kind of speculate on. NFTs is the same. It's an asset that you can trade and speculate on, except that it's more fun. There's a huge community based thing tied to NFTs where you can talk about it, whereas like it's more like emotionally based trading rather than like you're thinking technically. Yeah, and NFTs is like, yeah.
No, you go.
No? Okay. Yeah, and I'd say like you get more emotionally attached to the asset itself, which results in like, almost cult like following sometimes if people are that way in a community. But that's the clearest day and night difference to me. And obviously NFTs stands for non-fungible tokens, which is basically saying that an NFT is irreplaceable. It's a one of one, it's unique. Whereas in crypto, you can actually trade one Bitcoin for another Bitcoin, which is exactly the same Bitcoin. NFTs, you can trade one image. Like right now, the main manifestation of an NFT is in artwork right now, which is why people say like pictures of apes and animals and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But yeah, you trade one NFT that looks similar to another NFT, but it's not the same in terms of the code underlying it. So that is the difference.
I see. So just like to summarize, like crypto, like tech from a technological point of view, like cryptocurrency, fungible, you can trade one for another and they're exactly the same. Emotional point of view, you don't fall in love with cryptocurrency. On the other hand, NFTs, you might fall in love, you might get heartbreak, emotions running wild. That's the picture I get. And plus they're unique. So kind of like, the romantic version of the one and only. Like you're the only one. Like okay. That's cool. I like that you found joy, like found a pocket of joy within the cryptocurrency space. I think that crypto blockchain technology, this is, at least when I first came into it, I thought it was super nerdy and I was like, this is so boring. Like you said, numbers, graphs, not really my cup of tea. So like I can see the allure of like getting your very first NFT that you might fall in love with. I'm sure it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, like what's your favorite thing in your wallet right now?
My favorite NFT?
Yeah.
100% is the Magic Mushroom Clubhouse, which is my PFP.
Okay.
Just because like I followed the founder. The founder's name is Brett Malinowski. Since like his very early days, and he was like a very genuine dude in the space, and he like I was following his tips and his videos, and I found a lot of value in it. And then he decided to make a project with his girlfriend, and since then I've just been seeing him like continually put value into the community and prioritize the community. And I was just really inspired by how he thinks and his mindset. And plus the art is really cute, so it's just like, yeah, the message is there as well, like pushing boundaries of what people think is health advice, psychedelics and that kind of stuff. But
That's cool. I mean, like, can you tell us a little bit more about what the mushy community brings to the wider, like, I guess, human race?
Wider human race. I'd say like we're like a community of builders. Like we'd like to support each other. I think when I see a Magic Mushroom Clubhouse PFP on Twitter, profile pic on Twitter, I feel like it's very welcoming. Like I just feel like they're gonna support you. And we have constant innovation in terms of like trying to think of what to do next, to give value back to the community. I feel like that's the main thing. Like they're always trying to prioritize how can we give value to these holders, and not necessarily like how can we increase the floor price. It's like how can we give value to these people that are holding these mushrooms. And right now the main thing is like launch pads, but they also like created this thing called a shroom tank, you know, the shark tank, but it's like
That's
so it's like a self-funneling cycle. So like they get projects that are new and potentially big projects onto shroom tank, where like representatives on the Magic Mushroom Clubhouse team would vet them out and talk to them about it in a public Twitter spaces. And then if they like it, then they'll give whitelist spots to our community. And it's just like, just keeps funneling. And
right.
So it's pretty cool.
Like, so this is like, you bought an NFT, and that's kind of like a ticket into a community. And you use like, I noticed that you use the word we, but like, I'm curious, like how do you contribute? Like, how do you speak up? How do you communicate? And like, if this is like a team effort, like what sort of procedures are there in place to make sure that everyone gets a say in like what happens next, who chooses the great projects, all of that stuff. Like, how does that all work within an NFT community from like a picture of a mushroom?
So NFTs is a way to kind of form governance as well. So there's this term called a DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. And we kind of created that recently, not really recently, but like a couple months ago, with the ancient shrooms. So we have this thing called an ancient shrooms holding, and 150 people could make the core decisions of the project. And the way we've organized it is like there's a whole constitution and everything, just like how a normal DAO would have. And ordinary members and holders would maybe raise a point. And if any of the ancient shrooms sees it, they can propose that as a possible initiative that we can work towards. And then would submit that proposal. It would go through like 9, we call it cabinets, but they're like the main leaders within that DAO. And then they can discuss it with the founders. And this is how like the vetting process goes with proposing new ideas. So that's a way that people can voice their opinions. For the most part, if it's just like an opinion that's affecting one person or like 2 people, just like, I don't know, maybe they're entitled, maybe they feel like they're not getting something out of it. We'll probably like talk to them individually. When I say we, I'm part of the ancient shrooms, but
oh, you're an ancient shroom. That's amazing.
I'm an ancient shroom, yeah. But anyone in the member can like literally talk to them, because that's part of what community does. No one's just going to ignore you. You say something, you voice your opinion, no one's just going to be like ignoring it, unless like the Discord chat's just going so fast and no one sees it. But you say something. If it's like a common issue, then someone will pick it up and make a proposal. That's it.
That sounds amazing. That literally sounds magical. And I feel like it's such a utopian concept. And it's just, like, I think you'd have to really like get into it and experience it to get the full like experience, like, what do you call it, fiber of the NFT community experience. Like, I know that like the shroom community is this project in particular was super successful because of all these reasons that you've just listed. But like in general, like, are there certain things that NFT projects should do in order to be successful? Like you mentioned community a lot, like the artwork, like what are the, I guess, like top things that a project needs?
I think success is a very subjective thing in projects, because different projects have different timelines. Some like see it as like a lifetime thing. Some people like have, particularly in GameFi, which is they try to gamify the NFT and make it like a Squid Game, almost like a lottery thing.
Yeah.
And that might last for like a year or like a few months even. So a successful project might mean successful for a select few people as well, because not everyone wins at the end of the day sometimes.
Okay.
But I think from your angle that you're asking from is like what makes it maybe like a blue chip worthy project in the future someday. And
yeah, like
what makes them successful?
Yeah, like to clarify, like successful as in wide community reach, like huge volume of, you know, holders, hodlers.
Yeah,
I guess a relatively like non-manufactured high floor price, things like that. So yeah, please carry on.
right. It would have to be like organic marketing in a sense, because any project that like tries to get as many members as possible just to get enough people to buy into their project, it's not sustainable. The people that are buying in or joining the community aren't joining for the right reasons. Most of the times they think it's just something they can profit off of, and that's not a community you want to build. Organic marketing happens over time, and there's no like set time frame that rushes the project.
Yeah.
And you know, a project is successful if they decide to like continue building despite market conditions, and they decide to weather various narratives, various market circumstances, like on downtrends, because everything changes really fast. Like the narrative right now is like, I don't know, some anime simp meta narrative if you haven't noticed. But yeah, I think a project that can continue to build and like execute on the vision is what will make them successful in the long term.
Okay.
And it's a team. Yeah.
Right. So like just trying to wrap my head and summarize, longevity or like consistency, would you say is one?
Consistency.
Yeah, like collective effort. I'm just curious to see how these things actually work. I mean, this is crazy. Like it's a whole bunch of like non-fungible tokens, which are images, which, you know, guarantee a legacy, or like that's just that's crazy to me. Like how many projects have you been in, like been involved in? And like if anyone was to say, like anyone watching this was interested in being part of an NFT project, what sort of backgrounds like have you, from like people have you worked with? What are the skills you need? Like you mentioned organic marketing. Is this something that, say, like marketing graduates could just pop out of college and get into? Like, what does that look like? What does that landscape look like at the moment?
Yeah, it's kind of like more janky, you know. It's not like in the Web3 world, you don't necessarily need all these qualifications and stuff. The simplest form of marketing, like just posting one line on Twitter, sometimes that creates so much mystery. Some people are like, whoa, what's going to happen next? You know, like that's just the world of NFTs these days, you know. You could post like a Discord link and people are like, oh my God, it's a Discord link. Because these days, like sometimes like Discords are locked, and it's to create a sense of exclusivity. Right. And I think in a sense that did become like a trend where you know, right, projects would be like soon. They would even type like soon with the eyeball emojis, and people were like, wow, it's coming soon. Like it was a good artwork. It's like, wow, this is this is something big, right? But
Yeah, that's crazy. Like I can envision this in the future, like universities having like NFT 101 classes, like the art of writing like a tweet, or like how to use emojis strategically. And there's like a whole, I don't know, that's crazy. Sorry, I'm just institutionalizing Web3 now. But like, yeah, I totally get what you mean. And
yeah,
like that's great. So like you're saying anyone who has a knack for these things, or like creating mystery, it's basically just, I guess, like understanding the human condition, and really like living up to the, like curiosity killed the cat. I feel like if you keep that in mind, you will be a successful NFT project.
projector. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Like human psychology like plays a big role in NFTs. Like if you can understand human psychology and like how to sustain attention, how to sustain their interests, you probably like do well in marketing. So you don't necessarily need like qualifications or whatnot. I guess you just have to be good with human psychology, people,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
And yeah, I think I got to stress that, every single project will face FUD, which is like fear, uncertainty, and doubt.
Okay.
And part of the skill set of like running a project successfully is like being able to like resolve conflict and communicate well. Sometimes you communicate things and you like miss a detail, and then people will interpret that as not being transparent. And
right.
that could start the decline of the project. But you have to realize that like FUD is inevitable, but how you as a team rise to the challenge and address those core issues that people are like repeatedly saying will determine like your trajectory in the end.
I see.
Yeah.
Wow. So like how do you even get onto these projects? Like how do you start? Like which site do you go on? Like what's the front door to like getting onboarded onto an NFT project, apart from, I guess, minting one or buying one? Yeah, like how do you get involved?
I think you can only get involved by minting and buying an NFT. But I guess you can join like Discord groups initially. Like I know there's some free Discord groups, then usually it surrounds a creator or influencer. People will call this like alpha Discord channels. Alpha, which is in like finance terms, it's like discovering like things that can give you returns disproportionate to others for the better. And yeah, so it's where people like discuss all things about NFTs, discuss like the plays they're making. You don't necessarily have to own NFTs to join one, but these days I think they're becoming more gated by membership access NFTs. So, but there are still free ones out there that I know of, that you can join to be part of this NFT community. And besides that, Twitter, just get Twitter. Twitter is like the main source of where everyone is on NFTs and crypto. So
yeah, Twitter is the place to be. I love flying around Twitter. So like I'm just gonna go on a bit of a pivot here, like NFT communities, and I think initially this conversation was meant to be on like the life of an NFT degen. Like, can you describe what constitutes an NFT degen? Like, yeah, what's that about?
Late night hours, non-stop trading, flipping is the name of the game.
Right.
Yeah. This market is 24/7, so you got to capitalize on that and make sure you minimize your sleeping hours. But I'm not about that lifestyle too much these days. But I remember waking up and like the first thing I do is just scroll my Twitter feed, check for like giveaways. Oh my God, I spent so long just like entering all these giveaways sometimes, and checking Discord for project announcements and updates, checking OpenSea for like floor price updates, and hanging out in Discord groups. Pretty much just researching all day and trying to get whitelists.
What? So can you wait? What is a whitelist?
Oh, right. A whitelist is like a pre-sale access thing that you can get. Like you can get whitelisted for something, just like you can get early exclusive access to obtaining an NFT.
Okay.
But you obtain it through, I think this is going to be your next question, right? Like you can get whitelisted by being active. Like project founders and teams, they try to look for people who are dedicated members of the community, people who can add value. Like maybe you're an artist, you create like cool fan art, or you create memes that they can share in their social media posts. And yeah, if you consistently stay engaged, then you can possibly earn yourself a whitelist spot, which is really good because you don't have to participate in public mints, meaning like you don't have to fight for your spot and possibly miss out on getting the NFT. Like your spot is like secured. And
Right.
yeah,
So they save
almost
it
guaranteed profits.
specifically for you? Like, do they have allocations according to, say, like your wallet address? Like, this is going to be yours, or like, is that how it works? Correct me if I'm wrong.
They put your wallet address in a database or like an Excel spreadsheet or something most of the times.
Mhm.
And then they send it to the developers, and then I guess they only allow access to those addresses that have been inputted.
So, like during your time, back in the days as an NFT degen, what are like the top 3 mistakes that you've made and learned from, and would advise people watching to not make those mistakes?
I've made plenty of mistakes, and it's like particularly important to be cautious of scams in this space. I've got scammed a couple times, but it's also like a rites of passage,
Right.
You're
You gotta
not a
get
degen. Yeah, you gotta get scammed, or you're not a degen. But I guess the main mistakes that I've made have been from a flippers degen perspective. This doesn't really apply to like if you're just someone who's buying NFTs because you like the art, or buying NFTs because you believe in it 10 years down the line or something. But say like you're a short-term trader, I think a mistake I've made was thinking that the bull run will last forever, which is, a bull run is like when NFTs are just going up across everything and they're just like appreciating in value. But no, NFTs bull runs like last for, I don't know, weeks at max, and sometimes even days. And that's one of the mistakes I've made. Yeah. And second one I say is FOMO, which is like your fear of missing out. You FOMO in too late when people are already talking about it, or like you FOMO in on a mint when you think, like when people are saying, oh look, this project has potential, so you should mint it, but you don't even like the NFT, but you don't even believe in the project.
Yeah.
But you're like just buying it because people are saying so, which is clearly driven by FOMO. And yeah, like after you mint, like you get this sort of post nut clarity. Like it's like it's like a post mint clarity. Like you kind of realize like, what the heck did I just mint?
I
And it's
love
like,
that post-mint clarity. Is that
yeah, you kind of like get it.
we just make up a new term?
No, I saw it on this friend's TikTok, but like I was like, damn, this is so relatable.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Noted. Or yeah. Sorry, one more.
yeah, so the third one is like participating in gas wars. Gas wars is like a thing that is inherent with Ethereum. So Ethereum is that blockchain where if it gets too congested by too many users at the same time, the gas fee that you pay to mint an NFT will go like sky high. And during public mints, when there's so much demand for a project, I would mint it and I'll be like, why is it not going through? It's like pending. And then I realized that everything's minted out already. I'm too late. It's still pending. and it means I will have to pay this high gas fee. And what I did was I canceled the transaction, but I should have just let it die. When you let it die, it's like you don't get charged as much of a high fee, but I kind of canceled it and then I had to pay that exact fee. So that was my mistake.
Just to like wrap up this main section, like regarding like the wider Web3 space / ecosystem, like what part of it excites you the most?
I would say like honestly the play to earn gaming side of like blockchain, and it's probably going to be somewhere down the line, and there's this whole other dilemma for like blockchain game developers to create a game that's fun, but right now I think it's hard because the hype is within like just the fact that you can earn crypto from playing a game, and right now they just sacrifice the quality of their community as a result, because most people are just buying in just because they think, yeah, I can make money from this game, but the game might not even be that fun. So I think I'm most keen for like a future world where like playing to earn isn't really the sole focus, but play for fun is like the sole focus, with the potential of earning crypto rewards.
Yeah. If you could have any one of your NFTs as a real life friend, like who would you bring to the real life?
Who would I bring to real life?
And why? What would you do with them?
I was gonna say Magic Mushroom, but like I'm overusing that. And if you guys have heard of Creature World, it's this NFT project created by the artist Danny Cole. To be honest, I don't know if I put them in real life, I'd probably get scared of them. But like, I know like they look so peaceful. They look so like floaty and aloof, you know, like non-judgmental and just like doing their thing. And
what would you do with them? What would you do with this creature?
You know, walk in the park, chill, play some music.
That's amazing. Anyways, like thanks so much for chatting. This was really fun. I learned a lot and I hope everyone else does as well. And yeah, like congratulations on getting out of that degenerative lifestyle.
Yay.
Yay.
Thanks, Kelly.